Hello, I'm Gavin.
I'm the other guy.
This is the other guy. Dan the man! We're the slow-mo guys. Did we miss a party that happened? That's awesome. Ah.
Nice.
There's some art up here already for us.
See? Oh, man.
So we're mainly going to just do some Q&A today, but first, we have prepared a sweet video.
You say prepared, like...
We made it about 8 minutes ago, and I just finished downloading it off my phone.
Yeah, we were like, oh crap, we don't have anything.
Has anyone seen on Twitter how everyone's been posting those pictures of drinking Coke from a bottle made of ice? What was that? Ooh! You could have beamed someone in the head. All right, well, let's roll the video. It's going to be a lot colder. How long can you put that inside the front of your boxes?
Wait, touching tip.
Touching against everything.
Mushroom tip.
Touching all Jennies.
Balls and tip.
Mind the AC, right?
Just with just nothing else, just this.
Mm-hmm. Do you reckon you could last a minute?
A minute? A minute?
Yeah, a whole minute.
No way, I can't even put my hand on there for like 10 seconds.
We'll see how long you can go.
Alright, okay, let me just finish it first.
Finish it off, get the Coke out of there. Either, maybe your penis is so warm, it will instantly melt the bottle. And maybe even evaporate it.
It's so cold. Right?
Yeah.
For a minute, yeah? Oh! Okay. Oh, my ball! Can I swap sides of ball?
Yeah.
Swap. It's like a puddle in my pants. It's like a puddle in my boxes. It's seeping through. It's really rapidly melting.
You got a hot knob.
How long's it been? How long's it been?
I didn't look at the time.
Just record it, man! Jesus.
Probably a minute.
Okay.
I've still got a wet patch here. It's pretty disgusting.
I mean, we make a lot of silly content, but I've never seen weirder looks than we got for doing that by people walking by.
People just didn't know what was going on. What's he doing? What's he got down there? Who was there in the podcast and the documentary panel? Yeah, I'll tell the story again just because people might not have been there. Basically, at the documentary panel last night, a guy came up to ask a question. He was like, I just watched your second channel Slow-Mo Guys video. And Gavin was talking about the other guy? The other guy. And I was stood there, right there, and I was like, for God's sake. And I was just like, felt like such an idiot, because I was like, how has he watched the second channel video and he doesn't know my name?
Well, usually it's the last name that people can't get right, but...
Yeah, I get called Crunchy, Grunchy, Grinch.
Grouchy.
Grouch.
That was the best thing at working at the supermarket together, which is where we met. You would just I was just stacking stuff and be like, can Mr. Grinchy please come to the office?
Yeah, they said that, and the customer next to me was like, that guy's got a name. I was just like, you
So why don't we line up at the micropolls and we'll do some Q&A.
Hello.
Hello. What's up?
Mega said that Penny is very awkward, like how, well, most wiener dogs, they're flubby. I don't know how to explain that.
Flubby?
Yeah.
Flabby?
Nah, not flabby, like more just flubby.
What does that mean?
Like, no, you could like get a stick and then pick it up in the middle and just kind of flump over. Right?
Oh, like flubber. Like flumpy?
Yeah, floppy or something. Mostly just, would you ever consider making a video with like Penny and Smee?
I can't do that because anytime I go near Penny, she pisses herself. Like, the amount of times I've walked in the house and then it's just been a puddle of pee because I've gone near Penny. And it's just like...
She does it to me too. If I ever walk up to Penny, they'll just, she'll get excited and piss. And Meg said that's a sign of submission. And I just think, please don't submit on the kitchen floor. It's not...
It's worse on the couch when you're playing Xbox and you're just like,
So now I just get... It's just like I'm ignoring the dog, but really I'm just trying to not have a puddle of piss on the floor.
Huh. Penny sounds weird.
But yeah, we will make the world's flubbiest dog video, I guess. We'll try and make that.
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Hi. First, can I just say, Gavin, you're like one of my favorite people, like, ever. So.
Thank you.
Cheers. See you later.
Dan, you're okay too. So.
Thanks, yeah. Hey, you got my name right, at
Yeah, you
least.
knew your name.
He knows my name, that's good.
Yeah, I know your name. And my question is, have you ever like filmed something in slow motion? You're like, oh my god, it's gonna look so good, and then you're just like, this is trash. What was I doing?
Yeah, there's a lot of videos where we film it and it's just a piece of poo.
Literally like a piece of poo, yeah.
Because you were very keen to film a guitar string.
I was like, let's see what it looks like. Might be
Because
good.
you can sometimes a GoPro or a camera with a rolling shutter, when you strum a guitar, it makes it look all wavy. But it's just the way the shutter is working. Like it takes from top to bottom, so you get these weird like. It just looks like it's all lumpy and wavy. But in slow mo, the string just does that. It looks rubbish. So yeah, we filmed that and then thought, let's not do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Jan. I really enjoyed the videos that you did with the how our camera works, showing the rolling shutter coming through.
Yeah.
Are there any plans to do any similar videos where you're actually explaining something?
Yeah, I want to do more videos like that where we just take an everyday item and just show how it works. Like a camera is good for that. Not many people know about, camera mirrors and all that stuff. I think a TV would be a good one. If you've ever seen a TV work in slow motion, it's pretty weird. It's like it does each line of pixels individually all the way down, and you realize that you're not looking at video at all. You're just looking at a load of stills, but your brain is too slow to notice the difference in frames. So probably a TV next will be that. TVs!
Hi there. I'm a doctoral student at UT Austin Music School.
Nice.
And I was wondering if the two of you would be interested in filming a video where you get to hit every percussion instrument you could possibly think of. Drums, cymbals, percussion toys.
I would love that.
Does his head count? Can I?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hit it with a stick, anything you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah.
I could make that happen.
Do you have a business card that I could have?
I could fashion one during the panel.
Yeah. If I'm not around after this, my guardian will. Wait, is Charles in here or did he bugger off? I think Charles left.
Aw.
Charles doesn't care about us. But yeah, I'll send Charles to get it from you if I'm not here. Yes.
Hi, this is a question from my nephew. He's a really big fan of you guys. What is the most dangerous thing you've ever done?
Oh, God. Do you mean ever done period or ever done for slow-mo guys? Because
Either or.
both.
Both, yeah.
To be fair, it's weird because I've been in the military for like over 6 years now, and we're going away on tour and stuff to Afghan or wherever it is. It's obviously dangerous stuff, but I actually find that I've been put more in danger doing slow-mo guys than actually going on tour. So people are like, thanks for your service. I'm like, do you mean slow-mo guys or the military? I'm not sure. But yeah, we did, obviously I've been injured several times. We've done like oil fires and stuff like that. Anything that's unpredictable that explodes, like builds up of pressure or flames or flaming liquid or anything like that is pretty dangerous. And that
If you were here
seems to
for the panel 2 years ago, I showed a clip where I bottled him in the head with a stunt bottle, like a breakaway sugar glass bottle, but it was slightly ill-formed, and it sliced his ear in half. A
nearly
little
knocked
bit.
me clean out. Yeah. So lots of dangerous stuff.
I mean, a lot of the stuff, nothing bad happens, but you realize it could have been dangerous. We did a sponsored video for Battlefield once where we blew up a giant building. It was actually a special effects team that came and rigged it up with explosives.
Yeah, it wasn't actually a real grenade, even though it looked like it, didn't it?
So the building blew up. The building blew up, and it was fine. Huge fireball. And then I noticed there was a plank behind me. I was like, well, that could have just landed right on my head.
Yeah, God, it's behind me as well. Yeah, that fully went past me there.
I was not expecting that much power. Yeah,
Glad it didn't, though.
Yeah, when stuff like that was unpredictable, I have no idea how big the explosion was, obviously, because once you've blown the building up, you've blown the building up. You can't like, go, oh, can we do that again? I wasn't expecting it to be that big. So, yeah.
Sometimes you underestimate what a special effects team could do. They were like, how big do you want the explosion? And I said, absolutely massive. And they weren't pissing around.
Thank you.
I wanted to know, did you like the art that's up there?
Yes.
And then, what's the most fun you've ever had recording a video?
The most fun I ever had was when we put a condom on Dan's head and then tried to fill it up with water.
I was being waterboarded. That was literally the least fun I've ever had. That was a form of torture, an actual form of torture.
His nose was inside with the water, and then the rest of the water was just spewing over his mouth.
Yeah,
so
the only bit that was
breathe through a tiny waterfall that was just over his mouth, and he was going. And at one point, you tried to stand up, and I'm half trying to fill the condom and also half trying to film the shot, so I'm pushing him back down into the frame to make sure he's still.
Whereas I'm being tortured and almost dying.
And at one point, you were like, "Pop it!"
Pop it! It made you burst out with laughter. I was just like, woohoo!
That's probably the closest I've come to pissing my pants in the middle of a video from laughter.
I pretty much did just piss my pants.
Yeah. And pissing our pants is the next Slow Mo Guys episode. We have actually had a lot of requests to film a stream of piss because they did it on Mythbusters and they found out that you don't pee in a stream, like a few inches away from your knob hole. It just becomes individual droplets. But Dan pees harder than anyone I've ever met.
Every time I go around, I used to go around his house and play video games years ago, and the bathroom was like right next to his bedroom. So he'd be playing video games on like quite a loud volume.
But it'd be in the other room. Yeah, it's like he was trying to erode the back of the toilet bowl and just piss directly into the floor.
Yeah, one time I was drunk at an Indian restaurant, and Gav was taking the piss out of me, saying that I peed really hard. And I thought I'd video myself at the urinal just pissing really hard into it. But I didn't realise, because I had one of the old iPhones, that I started recording the video and I framed it up perfectly, being drunk as well, with just the piss stream going really hard, and I was like, haha, sweet. Send it to him, and then he was like, what did you do?
Well, the old iPhone screens were 4:3, but they would take video in a 16:9 aspect ratio. So they were actually a lot wider than what you were looking at. So I'm looking at him peeing really hard into the thing, and then I double tapped it and it zoomed out to the full picture, which was just the tip of his penis. Poorly framed out.
He's unintentionally seen me like in all shapes and sizes naked and several times. Like we went to VidCon.
VidCon, right? We just went to VidCon. They put us up in the same room. Dan didn't know this, and I arrived much later than he did.
He said he was going to get here tomorrow, all that sort of stuff. So I was like, sweet.
So I did an event somewhere else in LA. I went to at midnight, and then I went straight to VidCon. Came to the hotel. It was about 2 a.m. Did my little card in the door. Opened it. The hallway light just beamed into the room, straight onto Dan's naked asshole. He was asleep, just with his ass out.
Yeah. You know, you get like one leg in, one leg out, to like regulate the temperature and that. It's comfy, right?
I've never seen someone so confused and they're naked at the same time.
When you're like asleep and you're just like dreaming about, I don't know, whatever you're dreaming about, and then some like slender man comes through the door and it's like a shadow, perfect. I was like, what the f*** is going on? My just asshole just hanging out there, just like.
Do you always sleep naked in hotel rooms?
Yeah.
Right, raise your hand if you're a naked hotel sleeper.
Oh, come on. Seriously? You're putting me in the minority? All right, I want your opinion on something else, okay? Yesterday, I needed a runny crap, okay? Went to the bog hole and did my business, and I realized there was no toilet paper, right?
This was here at the convention.
Yeah, here at the convention. So, what I did was I got a bunch of the, like toilet seat covers. And I was just there like, oh. And obviously you can't flush it, so I just put it in the bin.
God! But you can't put excrement in a bin.
In like some countries like Greece and like other countries, you can't flush toilet paper because the toilet can't take it. Like it screws up their system, so you have to put it in a bin. So that's the way I justified it. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Just put it in a bin.
Imagine trying to...
And then when I came out, there was a guy with like a huge roll of toilet paper just about to fill it up. I was like, you're taking the piss.
But that material doesn't absorb, really.
You don't like put the toilet paper by your ass and it goes like... It's like... You wipe, and then wipe until it goes, and it's gone. So,
I apologize for the content of this panel so far.
Yeah, you expect a slow-mo, and you've got pissing and crapping.
It'd be like trying to mop up water with some printer paper. It just wouldn't do anything.
It was like tracing paper. It was really coarse.
Although it is the shape. Like, did you work it around? Because it's a toilet seat shape?
No, I just scrunched it. Because usually I'm a folder, but then I scrunched it instead.
What was the question?
Yeah,
All right, let's move on. That one got away from us a little.
Gav, you're the man, first of all.
I'm the man?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like getting a lot of abuse
I told
here.
you that
Jesus.
3 times today.
Yep.
What's your favorite part of RTX?
Favorite part of RTX? I love doing these panels. These are top. I like meeting all you guys and seeing all the crazy crap that you make for us, like this. This is nice. What are your favorite things, Daniel?
When there's no toilet paper.
It's just nice to have everyone.
No one sides with me. What the
It's honestly, it's nice to have all the staff in the same place, surrounded by all the people that came to see us. Lovely feeling. Lovely. Especially all you lot, because you're in this room.
That's not what he says when we get backstage. Next question.
Oh shit, tension's on me. Oh. All right. Hey.
You knew it was coming. You were next in line.
I was. So Dan, I feel like you don't get enough love, so you're the man too.
Aww. Yes. Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right. Now I have 2 questions. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the first one. I'll ask it anyway. My friend couldn't be here because she wasn't allowed to miss remission, but she's madly in love with Gavin. Do you think you can take a video, or if I can take a video of you, like just saying you wish you were here?
All right, this is the only one, though. Whip it out. No, not that. All right,
Should I go over there?
Just do it from there.
Okay.
What's your friend's name?
Catherine.
You going?
Good.
Hey, Catherine. Your friend stopped the entire Slow-Mo Guys panel so I can make this video for you. I flubbed it, too. This is a really bad video.
Flubbed it. Oh, God.
What's up? That's the end of the video.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, first of all, Slow-Mo Guys was what got me into Rooster Teeth, so good on you.
That's cool. Thanks so much.
My question is, so you've been on James Corden doing your slow-mo, you've had Steve-O do a video. Is there another celebrity that you would like to work with for a slow-mo video?
Yes. I want to do a video where it just starts off, it says, I say, hi, I'm Gav, and then he goes, hi, I'm Dan, except it wouldn't be Dan, it would just be Daniel Radcliffe. But we wouldn't do anything different. It would just be like, we wouldn't mention it, it would just be the exact same normal video. Hi, he's Daniel Radcliffe. He's magic.
Short scar anyway.
What about you?
He played a dead guy, so it's okay.
It's true.
Oh, God.
Who's your idol?
I don't know. Pressure now.
Mr. Blobby?
Yeah, sure. Mr. Blobby.
All right. Next up.
What's up, guys? Gavin, you've worked on multiple movies and done multiple slow-mo shots. Have you ever wanted to change a shot that you did or seen other movies with slow-mo shots that you thought you could film better?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't really criticize movies. I just like to enjoy them. There are some movies where they clearly didn't have enough frame rate, so you'll see them like slow down normal speed footage, so it's like that's like the only stuff I'd probably want to be involved in. But yeah, I mean, people shoot stuff in their own way.
Okay.
I'm not one to criticize.
And Dan, would you like to be an action star one day?
That'd be class, yeah. I mean, I could be a stuntman, I reckon, sure.
You just get dropped in all these random scenarios.
Yeah.
No toilet paper.
I know what to do, yeah. I'm good at this.
Let me MacGyver.
Not my first time.
A toilet seat cover.
Thank you.
Hey, so my friend couldn't be here. Could you do a shot? No, I'm just with you. Okay,
that was good. You had me.
So from working on Top Gear, I'm curious to know what it was like working with like Jeremy, Richard, James.
You make it sound like he was like integral to the thing. He's like, right, yeah, James, you do this. Richard, no, stand there, do this.
I only ever worked with Richard Hammond and Jeremy Clarkson. I never met James May. But they were both very nice. Hammond was lovely. He was the first person to ever refer to me as a slow-mo guy, because he knew that there was a high-speed camera on the shoot we were doing, which was him going around in a Formula One car. And he hopped over the wall as we were setting up the Phantom. It wasn't Dan, it was like the other guy I worked with. But he said, oh, you must be the slow-mo guys. And I thought, oh, that sounds pretty good. Cheers, Hammond. I'll use that in about 5 years.
You didn't get punched by Jeremy either. That's good.
No, I didn't get lamped in the face by Clarkson either.
Which
didn't know at the time was a huge risk.
Yeah, sounds like a plus. Thanks.
All right.
right, first of all, let's spread the love. Both of you, Gav and Dan, are the mans. Let's just say
mans.
it right now.
We are the mans.
Bring it on. And
Thank
my
you.
question is basically, what's the video that you guys have filmed that's probably taken the longest time, but has been so worth it? Like, it's been like premium quality, like just the best that you could do.
I would say the recent ones we shot at night took a really long time. Like we did the colored flame one and the spinning wall one. And you need a lot of light to shoot in slow-mo. So when the sun is gone, it's pretty much impossible. And the thing about the flame one is that there's nothing there in the frame for me to focus on. I don't know where the flame will be or whether it will be in focus. So it's a lot of trial and error of trying to predict where it was going to be and stuff like that. I would say that was the most challenging. Didn't really take us the longest. It was probably 4 or so hours at night. But can you think of one we spent longer on?
Well, I mean, there's ones that we've tried and then come back to, like the oil fire one and stuff, where we've like had to do it differently with different equipment. You know, had to hire a whole area out to do it. That sort of stuff. Where
we don't spend a lot of time together, so a lot of the time we sort of cut our losses. If a video's going nowhere or not working, or we're missing one piece of proper equipment that we need, we'll just sack it off and do it next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Right, thanks.
Hi, so I think you're both lovely young Brits.
I like that each question starts with a compliment. You don't have to do
Did
that.
you say yovely lung?
Yeah.
Cool.
I caught Gavin's flubbing.
Well, I caught it from Ryan, so.
Yeah, very true. My question was sort of in conjunction to what was just asked. I noticed in the past that when you were explaining like your different frames per second video, you did mention the light before, and I was just sort of wondering, especially because of how well the last couple of videos at night turned out, how you sort of get around working at night.
Well, at night you can only do, unless you have a light, you can only do stuff that is self-illuminating, like flames or sparks. That's the only stuff we've done at night.
Yeah, pretty much, because the wire wool itself was actually pretty bright, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you just sort of guessed where it was going to be, and I held up a big light and said, focus on this. I guess this is where it's going to be. Did it, and then triggered it.
That's what's great about digital stuff, is that when I was first getting into high speed, it was film. It was actually like the last days of film, but you couldn't do that. Like you would have to put in 1,000 feet of film. It would run through the camera in about 7 seconds, and that would cost you like 500 quid. And if you didn't get it, it'd be like, all right, let's put another 500 quid into the camera.
Yeah, refocus just an inch or so, and let's do it again.
But the way it works is every time you double the frame rate, you lose half the light. So if I'm, like, in England, the normal frame rate is 25 frames a second. If I go to 50, it's twice as dark. So by the time you're at 5,000, it's pitch black unless you've got direct sunlight or a big bright light.
Yeah, so when people say we need to film stuff that's indoors, it's very difficult. So it's probably why we film most of our stuff outside.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll actually buy a light.
Yeah.
They're meant for studios. They're not really meant for, in someone's house. You'd probably point it at the wall and the wall would turn black and start smoking probably because they're so hot.
It's not enough light, guys. We need more.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So this question is specifically about Dan. So Dan, when are you getting out of the military? Because we want you to move to the U.S. and do slow-mo guys like all the freaking time.
Who wants Dan to move to the U.S.?
Oh, you don't? All right, fine. Marriage of convenience? Anyone?
Raise your hand if you would marry Dan for a green card. Not bad.
That's all right, yeah, sweet. Happy with that.
You can actually be fussy.
I know, right? Wow. If you fall in an orderly queue in the middle, no.
Is anyone ordained? We could do it right now.
There's like 5 people out there. Don't stop. Stop this.
We won't do a marriage today.
In answer to your question, I've actually quit. I'm in the process of working out ways to come here, so applying for visas and things like that. So hopefully within the next year, I'll be over here.
What is the... So for a normal job, you typically give a couple of weeks' notice, right? How long do you get for the army?
Because there's a lot of training and stuff, it's called return of service. So you get, depending on your job, you have to do a certain amount of work after you've been trained. So it costs like maybe 100,000 to train someone to do this specific job. It's like, all right, now I'll quit. So you have to, once you quit, you sort of give a year's notice. So you say, I'm going to quit, and then you get to leave in a year.
So you're in that year right now?
You can sort of pretty much take the piss with it and do what you want in that year. So if I said...
Like come to a convention full of amazing people.
Exactly. So if they said, no, you can't go, I'd be like, I'm going. So yeah, just been emailing between myself and someone who works at like HQ Army in the UK, and they want to do some promotional videos with us. So hopefully you'll get to see like full-on army kit with like tanks and artillery and all sorts of stuff with us filming it, which would be
Guys, we're going to need a
class.
slower camera.
Yeah, we're going to need specialist equipment, like long lenses, slower cameras, the lot. I mean, we got an email and it said that the guy, what's his name here? Commander Land Forces was like, yeah, absolutely. And he's like the big dog. He's like, he's the boss of the army.
Like Dave Army.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So if he's into it, then I think we've got a good shot of that happening, which would be pretty cool. And hopefully I can do that before I leave, so it doesn't even count as leave. I'd be like, I'm at work now.
I'm at work doing work.
Yeah. Yeah, if my boss says, no, you can't go, I'd be like, Commander Land Forces says I can.
It's like the equivalent of like your mum
I think the only person that, yeah, I think the only person
dad.
that tops that is like the Queen says you can't. Brilliant. Yeah.
Hello. I was wondering, a couple days ago I watched your video of the dog in slow motion, so I was just curious if there were any other animals or any other things in nature that you guys would like to film or would like to work with.
Yeah, I actually just put up a hummingbird feeder in my backyard with the like nectar crap that they like to drink. That is the technical term.
It says nectar crap on the bottom.
Yeah, and I have noticed that a hummingbird will occasionally come and suck on it and then fly off, but I've never had the camera ready, so I'm just going to have the camera set up, looking at it for a while. And actually, some guys came to mow my lawn last week and tipped it over and knocked all the nectar out, so I have to refill it.
Every time.
But yeah, I like filming nature stuff because you don't have to do anything, you just wait and...
Yeah, I went to a zoo recently. They invited us to go along and have a look at what we could film. And so we went to like a safari park and they had all the tigers and things like that. And I was just thinking it'd be pretty sweet if we set up a day and just went to the zoo and just filmed some badass stuff, like with, like I say, tigers and cheetahs running, chasing stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool. Like there's a whole load of nature out there that's...
One of my future dreams for the channel would be to do sort of a travel show, because there's a lot of stuff we can do in our backyard. But there's a lot of stuff that's very specific to certain locations where we'd have to actually go to them.
Yeah, no
like,
tigers.
Yeah, like filming a cheetah, we could go and do that somewhere cool. There's this, like someone from this facility in Scotland emailed me where they have this big circular pool of water and the edges push a shockwave in that just sends this like kind of small wave into the middle, but when it hits the middle, it blasts up like 100 feet in the air. Just the stuff like that we could never recreate, that we would have to go to, and I'd love to do a series where we just travel to stuff instead of do it for us. But that's the kind of stuff that needs a budget to do, because it's expensive to lug all the equipment and flights and setting that all up. So maybe wait for a brand to come along and sponsor it, or we'll try and raise funds in another way.
Yeah, basically there's a lot of things we can't film because we're just limited to the back garden, but until I get over here, I can actually start organizing things and doing trips and like...
My dream video, I probably shouldn't say it just in case someone does it. Well, I'll say it anyway.
No.
Because good luck setting this up. You remember Dan in the giant balloon?
Yeah.
Vomit comet. Oh. Imagine Dan just floating in zero gravity in that thing.
I want to do that, it'd be pretty sweet.
I'd make a right mess.
Hi guys. Dan, can I have your shirt?
What, this one?
Yes.
Oh, wait. The way he said yes then was like, yes. I was going to be like, fine, but he was like, yes.
I mean, what have you got? We got to trade it.
My love.
His love, my shirt. Well, the amount of hands that are up in the audience for marriage, I think I'll be all right.
I was one of them.
I don't fancy getting my shirt up, actually. Too hairy.
He is pretty hairy.
Next question?
Well, at least whip some of it out.
Oh,
well, I mean, you don't have to... Just like a little peek.
I have money. $5.
Because you've seen it anyway. You know the giant balloon video where I was sat in it, right? The giant balloon video, I was sat in the balloon looking like Jabba the Hutt and all that. I don't know if you remember April Fool's time. They did like a video, YouTube did a video with Snoop Dogg. They did like a 360-degree thing where he was watching videos on YouTube in a cinema, and it was called Snoopervision. And like you could get in there and you could watch him watching the video and watch the video itself. And our video was one of the ones that they watched. And at the point where like the balloon burst and I was like flubbing around out of it, he goes, "Oh, he's so freak nasty."
He's so freak nasty. Look at him.
I reckon career highlight.
Yeah, I was just like, Snoop Dogg called me freak nasty.
That's on your business card from now on.
Yeah.
All right, keep the shirt on. Apologies.
Hey guys, I just want to say first off, Dan, you're the best. I love you. Gav, you're cool.
Hey!
Can't win them all.
I just want to ask you, what, in your opinion, is the most surprising video you've ever made? Like, you made it and then you look back at the footage and you just think, wow, I was not expecting it to look this awesome.
That happens a lot, to be fair. Sometimes we film stuff because you can't see it in real time or no one has ever even seen it. So sometimes we film it and we're like, we have no idea what to expect. Then it happens and we're like, holy crap. I had no idea it would look like that. It's one of the perks of filming stuff is that sometimes
we often use our own footage for analysis of where stuff went. Like if we blow something up and we can't find it, we're like, oh, it went off that way. Let's go and look in the bushes over there. The most surprising thing to me that I filmed was there's a video of a dragonfly, a damselfly sitting on a leaf, and I was just filming it, waiting for it to take off, and it flew away. And I played back the footage, and it actually flew off the leaf and bit a tiny bug out of the air, and then flew out of frame. But perfectly in focus. I never could have planned it that well.
Yeah, my favorite bit of that video is the crunching sound that the bug makes.
Yeah. I just ate a piece of popcorn into the microphone and slowed it down.
Hi.
Hi.
I just forgot my question. Oh, okay, I remembered. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like really nervous. Okay, Gavin, would you ever teach Dan how to work the camera better so you could do like the dangerous stunts?
Yeah, he's just not remotely interested.
It's not that I'm not interested. It's just that, like, I suppose he's good at it because he's done it for 10 years. Do you know what I mean? How long have you done it for?
Decade.
Yeah. A decade. He's done it for a decade. So a lot of the time there's like a complicated shot where it has to be really finely done. And there's not really much point in me then going, right, I'll start filming now. Day one, week one, it's a really complicated thing you have to do. Whereas also on camera, he can't do anything. Like we recently put a video up of hitting spray paint cans. I don't know if you saw it, with like an axe and a sledgehammer and stuff like that. If he was trying to do that, he would like hit his own leg, like chop his hand off, or do something like that. He's useless at like.
Dan is one of those people who is ace at just really bizarre crap that I don't know. Like you can hit an axe perfectly. You can put an axe head wherever I tell you to, exact same spot. You're just like nailed it.
Yeah, but then when it comes to using the camera, like I've missed the trigger a couple of times as well. Like the one with the balloons.
Yeah, so the most responsibility I give Dan, I'll set up the shot, I'll frame it up, I'll focus it, set the frame rate. All Dan has to do is press the red button, of which there is only one on the camera. What happened, Dan?
Basically, so if you imagine, right, the length of this table, okay, we've set up some black balloons like this, and we've got a really powerful laser. And the idea is that the laser hits the balloon and pops the balloon, and I have to run faster than the laser can pop the balloons, right? But the camera's over there. So he wanted me to start there, absolutely peg it all the way around here, run round, then push the button. So I've got 4 seconds from doing that to do the whole thing. So
and I was in the back on the other Phantom getting that one, so I was like,
yeah,
I can't get both.
He was just like this. Yeah, sweet, yeah, nice one. Whereas I had to be in the shot with a really powerful laser that burns your skin off.
But we timed it, and you could make it in time. So what happened?
Well, basically, because the laser's blue, I had to wear like protective goggles that were red, right? So I ran around, just about made it. All the balloons popped. It was great. Made it, and I was like, "Where's the f***ing red button?" Because all the buttons were orange. Because I couldn't see what was going on.
There's a GoPro footage. You see him run up to the camera and go. Missed the shot. We don't have it.
I'm running. What do you want me to do? What more can I do? You ran up to it, and then you were like, because the button doesn't look red to these.
Also, Dan, you were at my signing yesterday, and I gave Gavin a gift, and I didn't get you a gift. I do plan on sending it in to you.
No, it's all right. It's because I wasn't expecting to be there, so that's very nice of you. Oh, wait, there you are. There you are. Sorry.
I gave Gavin
can't
the
see, it's
Yeti
too
that
bright.
said slow-mo guys, and I didn't know you were going to be there. So, but I do want to send you one because I felt bad.
Aw. Thanks.
You're very kind.
Thank you. I
And
love
thanks
you.
for mine.
Okay, Gavin, you've had access to a phantom camera for most of your like young adult life, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
have you ever been around your house like just like alone and then been like
I know what you're gonna say. And no, I haven't.
Fair enough.
Well, mainly because I need to film in the sunlight. So what am I gonna do?
The garden?
People will see. Nah.
I tell you what, if I had had the camera for 10 years, that would have definitely been done already.
I feel like I get performance anxiety and not be able to get it done. Or I just nail the lens. Oh. Is it 2012 again?
So, do you guys have plans to do any more big sponsored things like the Battlefield one or the Captain Morgan one, where you just get these companies behind you to film these really big...
We definitely prefer not doing them. We like our videos just to be us. The thing about those is they're great because we can do much bigger budget stuff because they're paying for stuff to happen that we would never pay for. But there's always so much crew involved and like the companies involved making sure everything goes well that we just like filming alone.
Yeah, that's true. We like filming alone, but then again, it also limits us to being in the back garden a lot of the time, or just doing smaller budget stuff. So if there's a company that comes along and wants to do something really cool, that's also like requires a budget, then we'll do it then, sort of thing.
We really just need to make the decision between how we want to do big budget videos. We could either wait for brands to come along and do them, and then subject everyone to what's basically an ad, or crowdfund a video ourselves. We haven't really decided like what the best way is to do that. But so far at this point, we've never had anyone pay anything from the audience. You know, no one's given us any money to make a video. But you know, if people are into crowdfunding, you know, new equipment like a camera or a huge budget video, maybe we could look into that one day.
All right.
Take my money. All right, we'll launch it tomorrow. How about that?
Guys, I'm a disabled veteran. Forgive me for not standing. The marriage thing, I've worked with the Army Guard as a chaplain, and I'm a retired Navy commander. And I'd like to say thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you very much.
The question that I've got is related around, are you jump qualified
Like skydiving?
from parachute?
Oh yeah, I've done some static line stuff, free fall stuff, yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing a slow-mo about parachuting?
I mean, the logistics would be the hard part. I mean, what would I do? Like a selfie phantom? Like, just jumping out of the plane, like, oh, sweet, yeah, this is great.
Well, you've actually jumped out
Yeah.
solo
Yeah.
with a parachute?
Yeah.
So you could film someone else?
What's quite cool is the first time I ever did it, it made me laugh because we're all in this like this plane that's got like gaffer tape, which is what, like sticky tape?
Yeah, gaffer tape.
Gaffer tape. Basically gaffer tape windows, absolute piece of crap. And I was like, I can't wait to get off this thing. I'd actually want to jump out of this. I trust myself in the parachute more than being in this plane. And we're all like crunched up in this little thing. And like the bigger guys go first. So I just turn and you have to sort of stand in the door, sit in the door, and then you push yourself out. And so this big guy was just like there in the door, he just goes, whoa. And I was like, whoa, good Lord. Because obviously you're going like really fast in this plane, just like a guy just disappears. The next guy comes in, and he's there, he's in the door, and it's like one of those sort of prop planes where, you know, it's got a propeller and it's like just the wing with the struts and stuff. He somehow managed to leap from the door, grab the wing strut, and was there like, like that. The guy was like, get off the wing! Get off the wing! I have no idea how he managed to leap there. I ended up having to get like a big stick and like twat his hands until he just like went flying backwards. He just sort of span away. So that would be pretty cool to get in slow-mo.
Some guy parachuting in onto the ground like, ow!
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I mean, that would be an interesting video. I don't think I've seen phantom footage from the sky before.
Yeah.
They need to get smaller. The ones we use are very bulky. They do make tiny phantoms, but they don't.
We'd have to have like a parachute for the generator, parachute for the camera, me. Yeah.
So Dan Gruchy.
It's Gruchy actually.
It's Gruchy?
I'm joking. Yeah, it is.
What is it for? It's a Jersey name.
Well,
Jersey
see, because last
Jersey,
night
yeah.
I just called you the other guy.
Oh,
you're
you're the
that guy.
dude. You're the dude.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So I wanted to apologize for that.
Are you wearing the same shirt you wore yesterday?
Maybe. I only wore it for like a half hour.
Yeah, we have a merch store out there. You could.
I know. That's where I got it.
All right.
He's just like Dennis the Menace. He's got a wardrobe full of the same shirt.
I like to dress like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
But so I do watch the second channel. One of my favorite videos on it actually is the shed tour, weirdly enough, which is a lot of Dan doing stuff. So I want to ask, do you have any more footage or stuff like that from older shoots or even shoots you're working on now to put on that kind of the behind the scenes making of videos?
The reason we started the second channel was pretty much for that sort of stuff, because we thought, we've got a huge build-up of this other behind-the-scenes stuff, messing around, whatever it is, and we thought we can't really put that on the Slow-Mo Guys channel because it's for slow-mo, so we thought, people that want to watch it, we can put it on a second channel. So.
We always knew that there were people fascinated by the behind the scenes and how we do stuff and what cameras we use and stuff. So once we uploaded a frequently asked question video, and it is the least viewed video on the channel. It's the only one under 1 million views. So we know there's an audience for that. It's just not what people are subscribed for. It's not what the 8 million people are there for. So we love having the second channel. And we have tons of stuff from past shoots. Because when I edit them, I typically want to be at the experiment or showing slow-mo within 1 minute. And a lot of the time, there's a lot of funny setup and a lot of jokes and banter that I just have to cut out. So I'm glad we now have a place to show all that stuff.
And just one more thing, Dan, I love you. You're easily probably my second favorite slow-mo guy.
You've already... You can't... There's no getting out of this hole.
The damage is done,
Call me the other guy.
I would do it
That's
all
fine.
again just for Bernie to laugh at me again on the podcast.
All right. Thanks for coming to every single panel I've been on, apparently.
Hey guys, you guys have done a lot of crazy stuff, and I was just wondering what has hurt the most to do, physically, not mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
I used to be in a lot more of the slow-mo footage before I just started just filming it only. Because we get better footage when there's someone behind the camera. If you can leave the camera unmanned and then run to it, but you can never, you can't make those last-minute adjustments. We did one video where Dan absolutely twatted the back of my head with the handle of a sledgehammer.
It wasn't even... It was like an intro to a slow-mo video,
Yeah, we're
wasn't
doing a trailer for Sledgehammer Week, and he thumped me in the back of the head, and I saw stars. I was just on the floor like, whoa, where am I? And Dan had to run and press the button.
I actually made it that time. For me, several things have hurt a lot. I mean, the most unpleasant was probably drowning and being waterboarded. That was horrible. Like, almost dying. Then there's burning my hand.
Oh my God.
Being paintball point blank.
Ah!
Being hit with stuff. There's often like sharp metal things flying around, so a lot of painful stuff goes on. I can't really pick a single one.
We did one recently where there was powder paint on a drum, and at the end, I hid this paint confetti cannon thing in the shed, and I just walked up to Dan and set it off right in his face. It annihilated you.
It literally says, "Do not point at face," right? And he was there like this.
There's like a minute of footage of Dan trying to blow paint out of his nose. Like.
And in the video and stuff, it was just like, oh yeah, that was a funny moment. But if you actually saw the footage, you'd be like, oh,
ow.
Crap, that hurt.
That was a surprise.
Yeah?
Yeah. Fucking killed it.
I'm sorry. Hi, Millie. How are you? All right, next question.
Well, now that I know that Millie's here. Hi, Millie. Hi, I'm from Colorado. This is my first RTX ever, so I'm having a great time, and I just wanted to say thank you guys for just being here and being here for all of us.
Thank you. We're only here because you are.
Thank you.
Not you specifically, everyone.
He's like, oh, cheers, yeah.
I was just wondering, since Dan, you did say that you're going to be like, you just quit your like you just quit the military and you're moving here in a year. Are you going to be in any other Rooster Teeth stuff, like not just Slow-Mo Guys, maybe?
Yes.
Podcast?
So I'm not sure what exactly yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll be doing all sorts of different stuff.
There's occasional sort of daily coffee runs.
Yeah. Nice, yeah. Can't be trusted with cameras.
No,
Can't
he's
be
been
trusted
on.
with this.
He's been in Let's Plays and on the spot and podcast appearances here and there.
Yeah.
Fitting pretty well, don't you?
Oh, cheers.
Thank you.
Hi, hello.
That was interesting. Usually, like a soft clap that slowly spreads ends up in a big clap. That one just died.
That was you know, there's like a long time sometimes when it's like, is it going to end up as a clap? Is it not? That was like teetering on the edge for ages there. It was like,
Before we do the next question, I want to do a little experiment that I came up with earlier. Do you all have flashes on your phones or a camera with a flash? Do me a favor, prepare your flashes. I want to see if we can set them all off at the same time and see how in sync you can all get. And I'm going to pan the room in slow-mo. Maybe we can do it like the wave. Coordinate, it's not going to happen, is it? But
so from that side to that side.
Try. So I'll give you a few seconds to get your phones out, get those flashes on.
Everybody's flashes.
Just have it so it flashes once. You don't have to keep them on all the time. All right, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, go. 3, and then go. And I'm going to pan like this. We'll see how well this works. What?
And by flashing, we don't mean get your ass out, okay?
And, yeah, flashing of the camera only, not of clothing.
Of the camera only.
Yeah.
Right.
1, 2, 3, go! That
Whoa,
was wicked.
that is awesome.
That was crazy.
That is cool.
All right, that looked much cooler to us than it did to you probably, but that was really cool. All right, thanks for that. Question.
I have 2 quick questions, if that's all right.
Go for
the
it.
first one, what have you wanted to test so badly but haven't figured out how to yet?
I mean, we've definitely got some. There's a lot that we see like GIFs and we just don't know how they're done.
Oh, yeah, there's like one that I saw. It looks like water or a ball bearing or something hitting some sort of sand, and like it makes a cool splashing effect. It looks wicked. But I've got absolutely no idea what it was, how they did it, how they shot it, or anything. And so there's loads of stuff like that we see that looks cool and we want to do, but got no idea how to do it.
We're also limited at the moment by our top frame rate. We typically stick to HD footage, which limits us around 5,000 frames a second with our cameras. But hopefully this year, we'll get a lovely, shiny new camera. The one that we use for the spinning CD that does 28,000 frames a second in 720p.
Which is insane.
I've got to get some new mugs printed. Yeah. Smash some more mugs. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that when the new camera arrives, it will unlock our ability to do all the ones that we haven't been able to do because they're too fast. Like glass smashing, even if 5,000 frames a second is like 1 or 2 frames.
Doesn't it go like 7,000 miles an hour or something stupid?
Yeah, I don't know what the official
It's
speed
like a
is.
ridiculous speed.
Yeah. Lemons. Life gave me lemons.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Second question now?
Yeah, second question.
This is why I love working with Dan.
See, this is another reason why.
Is this washed?
Oh man,
I think I just dislocated my jaw.
Yeah, me too. A lot of the time, that's why I'm doing the stuff in front of the camera and he's not, because he's like, no, I'm not doing that, I'm a pussy. And sometimes he says something like ridiculously dangerous or risky, and he's like, oh yeah, come on, do it, Dan. Oh, can I just do this to you? Or like, oh, can we just do this? I'm like, absolutely no chance, piss off. And he's like, oh, but go on. I'm like, no. He was like, oh, but it'd be really good. I'm like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
And then just end up doing it.
Yeah, usually convincing Dan is, oh, go on, it'd be good. All right. Thanks for the lemon.
Second question.
Oh,
sorry. Sorry. This may be a bad time because you guys have lemon juice all over you, but can I get a hug from you guys? Is that a no?
Go on then, but you're the only one.
Yay!
Bring your body up.
I'm moist.
I'm good. That was a really good question.
Hello. First off, Dan, you're the best, and your friend's pretty cool too. But the first question is...
the audience is so done with that joke.
That was so 20 minutes ago. But we've seen you do like stuff at the GE laboratories and like YouTube and stuff like that. And you've also expressed how much of a pain in the ass it is to do.
ass. Loves a flub.
Spreading
no, but
like...
you've expressed how much of a pain in the ass it is to do sponsor videos, but do you guys want to like actually go to a company and do something? Like, is there a company you want to go to, or like a movie you'd want to work on, like next Star Wars or something like that?
Yeah. There's, that was my answer.
Yes. Next question. No.
Yeah, I mean, that's where like the travel stuff that I was talking about earlier, there's plenty of places we would want to do. Like, I don't know, film a helicopter or a jet taking off, or, you know, a
That's what I'm saying about the military stuff. We can do that. We can do that. We can do like ejector seat testing. We can do like helicopters, jets, the lot. So any company that wants to do some cool stuff with us, we'd be well up for it. There's no specific company.
I said no to a sponsorship recently because I didn't really know what it was. But I guess there's a soap here called Dial or something. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
A soap.
And I just saw an email from a company called Dial for Men. I was like, I don't know what that is. What's...
I'm curious of what that video would consist of.
Yeah. That footage you could have recorded in the garden would have been good for that, I think.
Shout out to Dial for Men.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've probably got time for 2 more.
What's up? So, I have a joke to tell you.
Oh, it better be good. There's so many people in here.
Yeah, you built it
I
up
know.
now.
I'm prepared to be booed, though. It's okay.
All right. Wait, give him a chance.
Might be the best joke ever.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the heaviest kind of paper?
I don't know. What is the heaviest kind of paper?
The pound. Yeah.
Oh.
Brexit.
I wasn't expecting a political discussion after coming here. And first things first, put ice down my knob.
Yeah.
Then talk about pooing. Now a political discussion about the pound. It's great.
We cover a variety of topics here on the Slow Mo Guys panel RTX 2016. This is going to be the final question. Pressure's on.
What?
Hi guys. I really wanted to thank y'all for your. Sorry, I'm so short. I really love your educational content when y'all do it with the different science things, because I'm a science teacher and I use your videos all the time for my students, and they love them.
That's awesome.
It's really good. Like the water pressure, the water on the drop is really cool.
Yeah, I really like it when I see pictures from inside classrooms of a bunch of kids watching our videos. Usually it's the educational ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the condom on the head one, which I'm like, what are you trying
Yeah.
to... What are you
that provides
teaching
no educational value whatsoever.
My students ask for them, and I'm like, we can only do
Health
the
ed.
science-related
This is
ones,
how you put a
guys.
condom on a head.
Science.
Yeah, we always let people use our videos for free. If it's a school or a museum, they can just take it and use it. Or for like training videos and safety.
It's cool because when I was at school, at science class, we literally had big stools and like chalkboards with white chalk and all that sort of stuff. And now they've got all the projectors and YouTube and stuff. And all the time I get tweeted pictures of people that have been watching our shows in class. It's just it's really cool to see our stupid messing around has been shown in schools as sort of education.
I would love to have watched YouTube in school.
Yeah, it was great.
We totally shat on this question, by the way. What was it?
It's fine. I was just going to ask if y'all were going to do more science, like specific science-related ones to show different scientific concepts.
Yes.
A lot of the time, you point the camera at something like Gav says, you can look at anything with a slow-mo camera and it pretty much science in your face, doesn't it?
And that is the technical term for that as well.
Also, I'm so sad she asked the hug question because you are the only achievement hunter that I didn't get to hug at Let's Play Live Austin.
Sucks to be you. I'm just kidding. Come up here.
Dan moves in for the kill. Surprise!
Thanks for coming to the Slow Mo Guys panel. You all are my favorites.
I love you, Gavin.
He gave me $1.
It has a on it.